Yeah, and Kathy Love.
Kathy's here. I need to see if we're hair twins. I know we're not anymore because I chopped mine off. But her and I used to mimic each other. We'd be on a call, we both have a top knot, and then we'd be on the next call, we both have it down. We would always laugh about it. But she's not going to show her face. Maybe she's just going to press record, and leave us. But
She's
we'll
coming. I
give.
bet she's coming.
She's coming. Well, she's here. She's just hiding behind her black screen. Sometimes she has to work on other things, and I think she just assists us with our Zoom requests. And sometimes she does sit in and write, for sure. But I know she's a busy, busy lady. We're gonna give it a few minutes for people to join. But if people want to start introducing themselves,
Yeah,
I can go first because everybody knows that I help run this thing. So when they join, they don't have to listen to me babble. I'm part-time. Um, she's on a call with Scott. She can't mute him, is what I'm seeing in the so she'll join us when she can. Hey, Lisa Lot. So I'm bi-coastal. I live in LA part-time and very occasionally in Charleston, South Carolina. That's where I moved from in July of last year. I still have a house there, but I don't live in it. But I'm a photographer by nature. Well, that's my first hyphenate of many. But my business runs out of there, and so I go back all the time for work. But I love LA too much to spend much time there, so I go back and forth for work. That's my quick deal. And anybody else can jump in. Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
And
And
I'm not going to go because I'll tell you all about it once you hand the mic over to me.
yes.
So yeah, just popcorn in the room. And also, I would love to know, like, what are you excited about today? That'll start to help set the frequency of the codes we're going to call into. So just like, yeah, name it as you
So I just wrote a chapter for an anthology that was released yesterday.
Wow.
So my writing journey is officially on. So yes.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So whoever goes next, just jump in. I'll mute myself for my dog.
I can go. I don't think I've met some of you. So it's nice to meet you. Maggie Brady, I live in Atlanta. And yeah, I mean, for today, so Emily knows this, I'm working with her. But I've been playing with this calling that's been on my heart around writing. And I started writing last year, and I have a first kind of draft of the manuscript. And then I kind of put pens down, but I'm getting energized again. So I'm looking for just to kind of channel that creative and inspirational side for me to like take it to the next version of it. And part of that is figuring out, we're really leaning into my why for the book and how I can best achieve that through the writing.
Yeah. Boom.
I want to go next. Is perfect setup. So Maggie is the only one here that I've met in person. We were at the Outlier retreat together a couple of years ago, and I'm just gonna throw this out. I cannot tell you how long it's been a to-do, Maggie, but you wrote a post on LinkedIn just after the holidays about your experience at a Christmas Eve service. It was beautiful. It was freaking beautiful. It was so good. I don't know, like, go back, read that, look at that. It was just like, I still think about it. Like, it's June and I think about it. So I wanted to tell you that. Why I wanted to follow up right after you. I was such a great surprise to see you here. So I'm Joe, everyone. I'm in Los Elorza, Catalonia, in the country of Spain, and I do a lot of writing. I've written a book before, and I write a weekly essay every week called Thinking in Waves. And I just thank you, Emily, for the invitation to be here today.
Yeah.
I'll go next. Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony. based out of Reading, Connecticut. So I'm right on the Connecticut-New York border. So I'm from Connecticut originally. I work in Connecticut, but I just live right outside of New York now. I'm not a writer. I used to be kind of. When I was in college, I was an English major with a writing concentration. What I do passionately now is actually music. And I'm a big piano player. I've got 3 young kids, and I'm a part of this group. I've been here for almost a whole year now. I'm just trying to network and meet new people and kind of interests that I have. And part of my music that I bring up is I've got some songs I'm writing. I'm trying to write lyrics to it. Just more of a fun passion project for me. I've got 3 young kids, as I mentioned, and they watch YouTube and they're into music too. So I'm like, I got to get these guys writing and making music with me, and any kind of outlet that I could find to kind of help me live those passions and, meet some cool people. That's what I'm about. So that's me. It's nice to meet you, and would love to tell you more about my business and stuff like that later on if you guys are ever interested. So, and I love to learn more about you guys personally and get to know you too.
I took a screenshot so I could contact everybody and have coffee chats. That's what I try to do with the Outliers. So, Anthony, where are you from? Where are you living right now?
So I'm from Reading, Connecticut, and I'm in Reading, Connecticut now, but I live in Westchester, New York, in Valhalla. So if you know Westchester at all, I'm like kind of near White Plains, Chappaqua, and then I have a business that I work at here in Connecticut.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah.
Me. I'm Beth Jones, and I'm excited to be here just to find out what this is all about. I am a published author. I've written a chapter in a collaborative book that I call the Cliff Notes version of my solo book that came out a couple of years after that. My book is part memoir, part self-help, how to heal from trauma and abuse, and that has set the entire platform for all of the work that I do today. So I love writing, and I'm convinced that I am a writer. So I've actually launched my Substack toward the end of April. And so I work that in 2 different ways. All of my free posts are about leadership performance as a leadership performance strategist, but I'm also known as the healing mentor. And so behind the person who writes is the person who is always going to be healing, because that's the truth about every one of us. And so in my paid space on Substack, I let people see me and get closer to me. And so I continue my writing that's really about my healing journey, and sharing all about that in the paid space. So where I'm building community. And I will be starting my next book. It's already summertime, so sometime in the next few weeks, hopefully the writing plan will come together and I'll be on my way. Oh, and I didn't tell you where I am. I'm in Dallas.
Well, nice to meet you, Beth.
Yeah, nice to meet you all as well.
Lisa Lott, are you going to introduce yourself today? I think she stepped away. Well, if she comes back, I guess she'll jump in. Emily, the floor is yours, my friend. I'm so excited to have you here with us today presenting.
Thank you. I'm so excited too. And to be honest, like, I'm calming the excitement because there is so much energy that's moving through this space. So thank you all for sharing. And as you did share, I was noticing more of the energetic signature of the codes that are coming together, of what we get to bring in today. I get to take you on a magical freaking journey. This is my jam. And in order for you to have the best experience on this journey, suspending your disbelief is going to be an important part of this process. So we're going to enter the Akashic records today. If you don't know what they are, that's cool. I'm going to describe them to you. I'm going to give you all of the information that you need, along with holding your hand through a guided experience today. So just take a breath and relax. Everybody can do this. We're going to spend really a good chunk of time here, and I shouldn't say a good chunk of time because I do want to have a lot to do in this hour that we get to spend together. But we're going to spend really a lot of time focusing on setting the energetic frequency. So I'm going to preach to your souls a little bit. I'm going to bring you into the why. I want to share with you the story of how I see consciousness shifting on this planet and what part you play to invite you into your own why. I want to tell you some epic stories of what has happened with clients that I've worked with in the Akashic Records, just to inspire you as to what is possible. And then I'm going to give you the tools that they had to be successful. I'm going to give you the tricks so that you can be good too. And then we're going to go in. Okay, I'm going to take you on a meditative journey. It's going to be a bit of a shamanic journey. We're going to arrive in the space of the Akashic Records where I'll guide you through a couple questions while we're in there. We'll close the records after that. Okay, so we're going to spend the least amount of time really in the space of the records. It's so high frequency. How to use this space the best is really to prep to be in the space, to know exactly what you want as you're going to get in. And then we'll have time to talk about it too. And that's some of the most powerful time that we'll spend here together is just the share. So with your permission, just like place your hand on your heart. I'm thankful that you're here. Invite you to get grateful for yourselves for being here. Like seriously, y'all could be anywhere. And what we're about to do is unprecedented here on this planet. In this modern day time, I do feel like in past lives and other eras, we've done this before. But get grateful for yourself. Get grateful for the organizers of this space, for Tanya, for Kathy, for Scott, for Meg. Yeah, and some gratitude for all the others that are sharing in this space, both now and on the replay. Okay, good. Come on back in here to the sacred classroom with me. I'm going to share with you guys the vision as I see it and why your work and what we do today is so important. And you see on the planet right now what's crumbling. And if we spend too much time looking at the paradigms and the systems that are crumbling, we are going to miss our role in it, which is to play this epic part to lead humanity to the new earth. Okay, and the new earth, these are the codes: peace, power, and plenty. When every single person on the planet, which we're all responsible for creating our own reality, when we all create a reality of peace, power, and plenty, there's no reason to compete for resources, and humanity can truly be in alignment with our divine blueprint. Okay, so you as a visionary, one, your story, what you want to bring through for the planet, you hold keys for everybody else to get there. That's one part of it. You're also a human creating your own template of what your heaven on earth looks like. That's the responsibility, the assignment that your soul has taken on in this lifetime. Okay. And when I look at the planet and I, recognize who is actually shaping consciousness here on the planet, because that's what we're in right now. We are in a rise of consciousness. And the government leaders are not the ones who shape the consciousness on this planet. Who actually shapes the consciousness on this planet are the storytellers and the entrepreneurs. The storytellers, because storytellers are showing us where the edge of our imagination is, where we're sensitized, where we're desensitized. They direct the flow of where our thoughts go. They can inspire us or take us down a path like that. Look at some of the reality TV and all the freaking arguing and fighting and drama that we can get caught up into. Okay, so the storytellers are holding those keys. Also the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, because we're creating products or services that are either going to enlighten humanity, invite them into a new version of themselves, or dumb us down. And for me, that's what this group is. I mean, this is the group of the most powerful top 1% influencers on the planet who are showing up and doing the work. And when I first learned about the Akashic Records and saw myself, let me just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Emily. If you don't know me yet, I'm the founder director of the Akashic Academy, which is an online mystery school teaching visionaries, thought leaders, difference makers how to read the Akashic Records, which is the realm of consciousness that holds all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. This is also known as the Book of Life. If you grew up Southern Baptist immersed in the church like me, if you're breaking those paradigms of what traditional religion looks like Maggie too, we feel you, okay? So opening up and expanding into how our technology is wired, that we can tap into this realm of superconscious intelligence, just what Joe Dispenza calls it, superconscious intelligence. And every single person has a soul record. When you tap into your soul record and you learn how to get the wisdom, guidance, and clarity of your soul, you begin to accelerate all of the areas where we get stuck. Okay, our healing journey becomes epic once we ask the right questions in the right space and are willing to take responsibility. Some of the work that I do with people also includes, after we heal and we seal up enough of our energy, then we get to go into like, what is our legacy work? Like, how do we get to collaborate and leave legacy that imprints and up levels consciousness here on the planet? Furthermore, creating our own dream lives in the meantime. We're, as a leader, I go first is part of what we're here to do, right? And dreaming big with these projects is part of my mission and part of what I'm here to do. So let me just drop in. Okay. Yeah, that's why what you're here to create is so important, is because you are the keepers of the consciousness, the frequency of consciousness here on the planet. And you being able to share those keys and those tools is of epic importance. And you being able to build the life that you were meant to live paves the way for others. Let's see. Okay. I want to share with you a couple of case studies of clients and students that I've worked with in the Akashic Records. Okay. So this young girl named Eva came to me. She was in her 20s. While learning to read the records, she was working on a manuscript that she completed, and she took this to publishing. This manuscript cognitively chronicled COVID. Okay, so before COVID happened, she had tapped in and written this story of an epidemic that burned through. Her setting was a fantasy fiction. It was a fantasy fiction novel. She won an award for fantasy fiction for her very first novel because she was able to tap into this timeline that was eminent for our planet, which was really freaking cool. And then there was Robert. Robert is in his 60s now. Robert is a project manager in Canada, does a lot of men's work. 10 years ago, he lost his wife to cancer. And when his wife, Pascal, was diagnosed with terminal illness, a lot shifted in their relationship. He was invited to do things in life that he had never done before, from cooking and cleaning to organizing the medical bills to caring for the kids and managing his own emotions through the process. And so Robert's legacy project was to create a field guide for men whose partners have been diagnosed with terminal illness, and helping them to manage all of these pieces. And as we began to do that work in the Akashic Records, a piece appeared that he wasn't expecting, which was channeling from his wife, Pascal, who was passed. And so he began to channel messages from her through each chapter of his book. And as we began to notice that there was this connection that was reemerging, we called forward a more visceral contact for him to have with her. And you guys, no kidding, one day he's walking by the bookshelf and like a book comes off, he opens it. There was a letter that she had written to him, handwritten letter that she had written before she died that he had never read before, that he got to have this very just beautiful personal encounter with her. So that is the magic of this work. I'm not the magic. I'm just the fun. I'm just the portal holder. The magic happens between you all and your Akashic Records. So I want to invite you to, yes, just suspend your disbelief. This is possible for you too. It's your logical mind's job to second guess what comes up for you today. Be aware of that as we go in. Okay. In order to be good at this, here's what Robert and Eva did to be really good at this, is they were, first of all, willing to listen to their intuition. You're going to be using your intuition for this today. That's not your logical mind. So you don't even really have to think. Your job is just to notice the first thing that drops in for you and to trust that and be willing to trust it. Your logical mind will try to second guess it. Second guess that shit later, y'all. While you're here in the sacred container, while we got so many high performers willing to tap into this high frequency energy and to call forward intuitive intelligence to guide the planet, trust what comes in for you, please. Let's see, what else did they do? Oh, the first answer that comes in, it might be short. That's cool. Doesn't matter if it's short. Your logical mind, yep, it's going to try to jam you up. Don't listen to it. The average human mind has between 12 and 60,000 thoughts per day. Okay. Most people can't meditate worth a crap. Try. Their mind is just going and going and going. Please don't tell me that you're not getting anything once we're in there. Don't be all of a sudden your Jedi mind and you can totally shut off the flow of your thought and be in Delta state. I don't buy it. If you are feeling blocked in that place, I'll invite anybody who's feeling blocked to move the energy in a particular way. But I want you to trust yourself and trust that you can do it. Let me see. I think I want to take you guys in. I'm going to pause right now and see if there are any questions. Any questions before we go in? Who's been in their records before? Oh yeah, Tanya, you got a question?
My question is, if we're feeling blocked, how do we signal that once we're going in?
Well, the guides told me, like, once I get you all in there and we've opened up the flow and the first questions coming in, I'm going to invite anybody at that point who's feeling blocked. Like you're either going to be in a meditative state or you might have your eyes open to write. But if you're feeling blocked, I'm going to invite you to open your eyes and make a connection with me. And I'll see if I can get some of the energy to move. I will tell you, if blocks, first of all, in my sacred classroom, I teach blocks really aren't real. Like I said, so first of all, if you don't set an intention that you're not going to be blocked, that you're going to be fine, you're going to get the information in there and you're going to be fine. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer for the flow to come in when we're learning to trust ourselves. Relaxation in the body is really important. When we do feel blocked, sometimes what it can be is a trapped emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. So Beth talked a lot about traumas that we've experienced, right? If you have a trauma, it's going to be blocked emotion or blocked energy in your body. And it may, in this moment, show up and feel like it prevents you from getting information. We'll see if we can work with it. We'll see if we can illuminate it a bit for you today or move around it or soften it. Yeah, but I would say trust yourself that you're going to get it. And let's everybody just set an intention that you're going to get some powerful insight today. Cool. Any other questions? Hi, Nick.
I am so unbelievably late. I am so sorry.
That's all right. We're glad you're here. You're just in time. You're in divine timing. We're about to go into the records. So take a deep breath. Who's been in their records before? Cool. I'll say on purpose. Because this is a space of soul intelligence. We all have access to this space. Anytime that we become a vibrational match to unconditional love and zero judgment, and we're asking sincere questions, whether you're praying to God or your grandmother, you're sitting out in nature, you're driving and insight drops in, you're using the records. Okay, I'm going to take you very intentionally into that space today. Okay, so I'm going to invite everybody to sit up nice and straight. Oh, I got to let my chair down so I can feel my feet on the floor. I do recommend that you are able to get your feet like on the floor or the ground while we're doing this. If you like to sit crisscross applesauce or more of a lotus style, once we get into the records, you can do that. But for the time that we're grounding into the energy, keep your feet on the ground, closing your eyes, sitting up nice and straight, tucking the tailbone and chin under, elongating the spine, laying your palms up, open and receptive on your lap. And drop the awareness down into your feet, feeling all four corners of your feet connected to the ground, to Mother Earth. Again, I want you to all take a deep breath in with me through the nose, creating space. Deep breath in right now, deep breath in. And fill the lungs all the way up with air. And we're going to gently pause at the top of that breath. Pause. Notice that spaciousness integrating into your body, your mind, your emotions. Good. Nice slow exhale now, like you're breathing through a straw. Creating space in the field. Pausing at the bottom of that breath. Second deep breath, call light into the body. Deep breath in through the nose. Light from 360 degrees enters into your cellular structure. Good. Pause at the top of that breath. Turn your awareness inward. See if you can notice every cell of your body illuminated with rainbow-colored light. Good. Gently exhale now. And enjoy noticing yourself as a being of light. Good. Pausing at the bottom of the breath. Third deep breath in. Call your consciousness into the now moment. Deep breath in. As you pause at the top of that breath, give yourself permission to let go of everything that happened before this moment. And everything you still get to show up to today. Good. Gently exhale, following the breath with your awareness. Good. Arriving at the end of your breath, fully present. Ready to work in your records now. You can let your breath return to a natural pace and rhythm. I invite you to turn your awareness inward. And with your imagination, with your intention, I want you to activate the crystalline tube of light that runs up and down your spine. And this is a hollow cylinder crystalline tube. And just notice it as you bring your awareness to it. See if you can notice what it looks like, what it feels like as you activate it, what it sounds like. This is an ancient piece of plasma technology. It's part of your light body. And plasma technology responds to our intention. Okay, so with your intention, with your imagination, I want you to send this crystalline tube of light down into the core of Mother Earth, traveling all the way down, and intuitively, instinctively, knowingly, you'll feel yourself make a connection into the core of Mother Earth, and just let yourself land there for a moment. Just let it feel good. Good. Now I want to bring your awareness to the bidirectional nature of this channel of energy. So anything that you need to let go, you need Mother Earth to recycle and just reprocess for you, any stress, let it go now. And just notice how it feels to utilize this technology to release into Mother Earth. Good. And just bring awareness to the fact of all the space that you're creating right now as you're emptying all of that stress into Mother Earth. Just let it go. Good. Now we're going to use that second directional nature of Mother Earth. We're going to call energy up from Mother Earth. And first I want to bring you into the story of Goddess Sophia. Goddess Sophia, so fully embodied in her Christic consciousness energy that she incarnated as a physical planet here to host the experiment of human evolution, of biology, technology that has the capacity to know itself as God consciousness and to create with free will. That is your coding. And when we as God show up together and we animate in our divine blueprint, we illuminate the divine consciousness of the planet. So Mother Earth holds these codes. Draw those codes up from Mother Earth right now. Draw those up to the crystalline tube of light. Let all of those codes come online in the body. All of that wisdom coming online. Bring your DNA online, your physical, mental, emotional light body coming fully online with the truth of who you are. Good. Bringing the awareness back to the crystalline tube of light now, sending it out the top of your head, all the way up through the layers of space and time, exiting the universe, exiting the multiverse. Inhale as you anchor into the Akash, the all that is, the ether. And as you exhale, set an intention that your body will acclimate to this high frequency energy. And now we're going to bring in the intelligence of your soul. The intelligence, the wisdom of your soul forward and backward through time. Invite that forward now as photons of light, gold, diamond, platinum, sparkles of light. Good. These begin to spiral down the crystalline tube, moving very quickly through the layers of space and time. And they're going to integrate in through your higher chakras now. Don't worry if you don't know about your chakras. This is spiraling down the crystalline tube now. And what this intelligence is doing is it is illuminating through your being right now all of that wisdom of your divine blueprint, you and your highest potential, We've now brought in the wisdom of your soul to illuminate that through your thoughts, through your ideas, through where we get compelled to create. So we're going to open the records now, dropping the consciousness from the mind into the heart. We're going to sound the 5 sacred ohms, opening your Akashic records. When you hear me ohming, I'll invite you to ohm with me. Is that sound and that vibration will create a frequency within your body that will prepare you to receive communication. With this ohm, I relax my body. Good, really relax your body. With this ohm, I relax my mind. Any part of yourself that's wondering if you're doing right, just release that. Trust your ancient self is guiding you into remembrance today. With this ohm, I relax my mind. With this ohm, I release my ego. Ego is any part of yourself that identifies you as separate from source. So releasing any part of that duality, how we see ourselves through that duality and separation now. With this ohm, I call in the light of truth, the light of love, the light of purpose, the light of joy, the light of abundance, the light of inspiration. With this ohm, I open the Akashic records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. I want you to just silently repeat your own name there. And then with this ohm, we're all going to be in the space of our Akashic records. The records are now open. All right, stay in this meditative space, everybody. Take some nice deep breaths. Just let yourself acclimate to this space. See what you can notice. Some people will feel a buzzing or notice a light, or you may feel guides there with you. And you may feel nothing. That's okay too. It's working. Even if you're not viscerally feeling or noticing, just let yourself relax even more. You are getting a flow of oxygen, even if you don't feel it coming through the mat. And relaxing your body and preparing yourself to receive the intelligence of this first question. And recognizing that you have a very important story to tell here on the planet. And that story is aligned with what's most alive and creative within you. So notice what comes up for you when you ask yourself, what story most wants to be told through me right now? And notice what you get. And you may get short answers. Some of you may open a flow of energy. And this is where I'll invite those of you, if you're not getting a flow of energy, you can slowly open your eyes and just meet me in a connected space here in the sacred classroom. And nice deep breath. We're going to prepare for the second question now. So receiving any last bits of knowledge or codes that are coming in for you. Okay, and the second question is, why am I the perfect vessel for this story? This story chose you. Why am I the perfect vessel for this story? Yes, and allow yourself to receive the wisdom of your higher self. These revelations are activating you to hold the frequency of this timeline where you embody your highest impact. lot of energy moving through the space. We're going to spend just a few more moments receiving the intelligence, receiving the download to the codes. You're doing great. You don't need a whole lot of time in this space. Okay, before we close the records, feel free to make any notes that you might want to make. This is a very dreamlike space. It'll feel very clear for you now, but when we close the records, you might notice that it evaporates. So if you want to jot down a couple things, I'll hold the frequency open. Good, and we're going to get ready to close the records and share here together. And there's one more invitation for those of you who want to invite this intelligence to be more embodied within you more of the time. Now, you can invite this energy in. You can talk to your master selves that are coding in the body. Have them set this to your default mode, your baseline frequency, which opens your ability to access this level of intelligence all the time. Good, and some of you may feel some buzzing or some moving of energy in the body as that recoding is taking place. Good, I invite you now to bring your hands into prayer pose. Slight pressure against left and right palm. This is going to create slight pressure against the left and right hemispheres of the brain as well, which will help the masculine, feminine, the logic, the intuitive part of your brains to integrate more seamlessly. Thumbs touching each other in the heart, that will complete the circuitry. As we close the Akashic Records for today, masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides are very happy to be in your presence and to work with you here today. So with one final Om, we give thanks for all knowledge and healing that comes forward in this space, and acknowledging the frequency of oneness. What that means, everybody, is any aha moment that you've had that has been meaningful for you today, that illuminates in the grid of consciousness of humanity so others can get their own aha moments as well. So thank you for the work that you've done here today. With one final Om, we close the Akashic Records. The records are now closed. Okay. Slow blinks as you come back into your body. I also recommend just like giving yourself a pat down as you come back into the body. When you touch the body like this, it's like a hug. It's a signal to the nervous system that you're safe, holding the new frequency of yourself. I love it that Lisa loves yawning, burping, moving. It's all energy moving in the body. It's all signals that.
Oh, you made me yawn.
Welcome back. Sometimes you might want to pat yourself back into that. It's really an astral travel experience. So sometimes it can be challenging. The first one to talk is always brave, because coming back in and like hooking up the neural functions and talking can be challenging. Yay, Lisa Lott's ready to go first. All right, yeah, I'd love to hear some shares about what you guys experienced. Welcome back.
Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I speak already?
Yes.
Okay. That's funny because I was laughing and yawning and everything at the same time. I'm actually in the restaurant, so I could see sometimes that people are watching. I could just feel it that they walk past. To me, I love this kind of stuff. And I am currently going through a time where I used to suppress myself a lot, and I get rid of that fear. And when we speak on the mind, when I think, I can feel it in my throat. And then when we get into the Akashic records, when we started with a hum, I get it in my through my navel in my body, which is like yellow and red. It just comes in and it's like a feeling of light afterwards. And it's also super weird because I've had the whole time, I don't know if you all have this or it's just me, but the entire time I've had like a delay on the line and like a crack, like a and literally now it stops. And that's absolutely wild, but it's 100% true. And it's like afterwards it's like more like a like a
Yeah.
like
Excellent.
throwing away like that.
That will
Flying
happen.
away.
I'll encourage you. I'll read your environment too, because the data is coming in everywhere. It comes in the environment as well. Lisa, are you open to share like what came through for you? Like what story most wants to be told for you right now?
Fred.
What?
Fred.
Oh,
Fred. I'm building a framework. Fred. That's
Gotcha.
it. That's
I'll
the
go
only
back and
thing.
look.
That's the only thing. Fred.
Awesome.
Fred. Boom. There.
Cool. Why are you the perfect person to bring Fred through?
Because it's my study, and also I've had a lot of wild stuff happening in my life, but I think everybody has it, but that's in my story, and it's just like Fred has become my own survival, and now it's literally become a framework of universal people because there's a mechanism behind it, and the mechanism is based on global people and from every level of society, and I just started consuming all the information and all the conversation, and all of that data is in Fred. And since I'm here in Santorini, I had a phone call from Brazil, from God, that told me, shield the mind. Like, I'll tell about it another time because it's a long story. And that's what I needed to hear, and then it came out. And now Fred the visual's out there. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I have like thoughts about physics in my head. I'm not a physician, but it just comes in my head. So it must come through me to show it to the world. I don't know, that's why. Just happened to
Excellent.
travel through the head.
Thank you for those shares. Yeah, shielding the mind. I love that you said that. That illuminated my field. That can be really important, especially when you're working on legacy projects, is recognizing that every bit of intake or stimulus that you take into your technology is going to alter your perspective. So if there's a divine channel or story that needs to come through you, sometimes it's appropriate to really guard the mind so that you can keep that channel pure, because just how our human technology works, everything that you perceive, you're instantly going to, well, we filter a lot of it, but a lot more of it than we realize affects our how we perceive things. So shielding the mind is awesome. Yay, Beth, I'm excited to hear from you. You're on mute.
The mute signal is in a different place than I'm used to looking for it. So I do a lot of energetic healing. So, when I go into this, and I'm a creative, so my mind is very, very visual when I'm doing this type of work, or when I'm in the healing space. And for me, God or source, the light source, always comes to me as this very like luminescent fireball, right? And so I kind of think of like, if you think of like molten steel, the color and that bright luminescence of molten steel, that's always what I see when God is with me, when I'm in that space. But the tube today for me was cool because it was blue, which is my color, like a neon fluorescent tube. When I was pouring out, it was blue, and then it was coming back to me, it was pink, which, I teach a lot, and I am ultimately here to teach about love. And so that was kind of cool to me to see that coming back up. But what I got today is really, confirmation of what I already know I'm here to do. So I am always looking for refinement to understanding of the work that my soul is here to do, and what I'm perfectly created by God to do. And so I'm always looking for confirmation of that. And, am I aligned? Do I understand it? Is there something new about what I need to be sharing? Right. And so just got the check mark confirmations again that I'm good there. I've recently, so I'll just say, so I am the perfect creation of me as someone who is purpose built. My human design, my soul's work is to experience and live through some very dark and ugly and difficult things in relationships, and to live with the pain and suffering. And I have done that for a long time, but then to go on this epic healing journey, which you said that before, and mine has been epic. And now I share that, and I'm perfectly created to be able to hold that space and share that space with as many people as I can possibly get my message out to. And so that's the confirmation that I always receive back. You know, there are subtleties to that. You know, I did get recently, I've added leadership performance dimension to my work so that I can take the truth about why leaders are not great leaders into the business environment, right? And that's the survival patterns that the vast majority of us are still holding on to, that keep us from really being able to show up in and with love in all types of relationships. And I had been separate from that part of my life. I have a very long career as many years as a senior executive and working with people, leading teams, watching people lead. So I have a lot of direct experience with this. I had been setting on the table, and I've brought that back in. So the confirmation now, just a confirmation back to me that I'm in the right space. My story is very deep and has a lot of dimensions to it, and I can take it into a lot of different places. And so working on refining that and what the message is, depending on the space that I'm in, is something that I'm doing now. And that all, comes back to storyteller. I am a storyteller, and that's the basis for everything that I teach people. I don't do academic. I don't do clinical. I don't do theoretical. I do practical based on what I know to be true from my own lived experience. So
cool.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. So I tell people 90% of what happens after you go into the records. And considering that you've written books before, and now you're tuning into the consciousness of this new one, and you're talking about all the different ways that it could go. Yeah. Maggie's experiencing that too, like in that place where like you have to like get into the driver's seat as a story and figure out, where do I want to take this? And infinite possibilities are open. It'll be interesting to see, now that we've downloaded these codes, just how the process might be the same or a little bit different for you as you're going through it this time, and what you see. So I'm excited to keep a pulse on that. That's cool.
Yeah, when I get into the actually writing of the next book, a lot of the writing I'm doing now will feed that, and it's kind of my seed work for that. But it's they're like bite-sized chunks, and this one's going to be the big mouthful. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to get into it too.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Yay, more shares. Who else wants to share?
I'll share. That was intense, by the way.
Yeah.
So following Beth seems appropriate, because I am also a storyteller, and I've been leaning into being a public speaker, and recently by Nick was invited to write a chapter in the anthology. That was Nick's idea. She owns a publishing company and helps people get published. So that I was able to take a speech of mine and write it into a chapter. And I know I've got a book in me for sure, and I'm on a major healing journey, and I'm gonna cry because I'm a crier. So just get ready for it. So my life has been really sort of changing drastically in the past 8 months since I've been on this healing journey, and it's beautiful and amazing. But right now, last night, I'm dropping into this idea that my mother is dying. My mother and I have had a very difficult relationship my entire life, and the visual experience I had when you were leading us was very sacred geometry, red and gold.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I have to now. You say sacred geometry. Those tears that are coming, if you're open to it, they contain data. Wipe them, lick them. I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
tell Maggie this all the time. She's like, "What the fuck?"
I'll do whatever you
It's
say.
an alchemist tool. It's an alchemist tool. So your body holds intelligence that's encoded information, Tanya, that will reveal itself to you. Our bodies are natural alchemizers, which means we're going to like you eat something, you're going to alchemize it, you're going to transmute it from its corruptible state, a piece of bread, into its stable state, which is the nutrition that's in there for you, and then passing the other stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what our bodies do. So if you do that, your body will naturally begin to process and perceive and project into your awareness the intelligence that's there for you in those tears. And it's all about the sacred geometry and the intelligence. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for letting me. I don't want to interrupt your flow anymore.
No, you're fine. That was perfect.
But you got to get the tears before they dry up, because sometimes I fucking
Yeah.
quit crying before I remember to eat them, lick them, and I'm like, damn.
I've been crying the whole time. I wish I'd known, but I'm getting some now. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep talking and they'll be active. So dropping into this, like last night. Oh God, there he goes. Sorry. Just apologize for that. Leave it. So I have to go back and be with her for a couple weeks, which is very triggering for me. And so last night and yesterday I was just sitting with this idea. And for a while I've been like, I'll be relieved. But yesterday I was like, she's the last of my family, besides my daughter. And so today, forgiveness was the word. And I've done a lot of forgiveness of my parents, and my whole life has been a series of stories, which is why I'm writing a book and why I'm, writing public speaking. First public speaking, because I have so many fucking stories, and I know that healing is one of them, and forgiveness has been a big thing in my healing journey. But it was like, forgive yourself is the most important.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I forgive my mom, I forgive my dad, but I forgive me is the most important message I could be telling people right now.
Yeah.
So that was super profound for me.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, what an honor to witness. Like, we all get to witness that. That's something that I work on with myself too. I mean, I hold a lot of guilt for how my family tanked as my timeline shifted and changed, and the ripple effects on my kids and how I see that now. And sometimes it can invite me, like the never ending story, like atray you into the swamps of sadness.
Well,
and it's good to get it out.
I feel like I've healed the generational trauma.
Good job.
My daughter and I made a deal with each other that it stopped with us.
Good.
And I've done that work and continue to do that work. So it's just more about this last relationship, and I have to be there for her, even though I can barely stand to be with her for 48 hours. It's going to be challenging, but the message was loud and clear. And the message is also not just mine. It's for me to write about and talk about.
It feels like a never ending story kind of journey, Tanya. Like there are going to be revelations and like gateways that you go through and initiations that you have over that 48 hours that, yeah.
I'll be with her for 2 weeks at least.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Good stuff. Thanks for sharing that. Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, thank
cool.
you.
We got time for more shares. Who else wants to share?
Thank you for holding space with us today.
I will, Emily. This was great timing. Thank you. I'm doing my life review tomorrow night for my energy healing class. It's been a 3-year long class, and it's the last class. I'm the last one to go, and I've been working on it for a very long time. It's brought up a lot, and at the same time, there have been all of these synchronicities happening of releasing physically in my house, my body, doing a detox. My last standing crush has a girlfriend, so they're all gone. Lots and lots of processing, and I'm really feeling it. But my message was that I'm not alone, and I needed that. And then a bee came and buzzed in my ear and came all around me and let me know that it was right here. So thank you.
Dude, thank you. I love that. Anytime we have instant encounters like that with the natural world, amazing. Bees have such great symbology of the wisdom. Also, I love that bee movie. The science says that the bee can't fly, but the bee doesn't give a crap, and so it flies anyway. Right? I love that. Also, cool thing about hive mentality. When we were closing the records, we gave thanks for all knowledge and healing that came through, and then acknowledged the frequency of oneness. What that is, it's illumination of the collective grid, unseen energy here on the planet that's pulsing intelligence through, right? The hive mentality, once one bee knows something, it instantly becomes available to all the other bees in the hive. So all of the aha moments that have been spoken and unspoken here in this moment, we are not only are we not alone, have we empowered each other, but we've also rippled that out into the planet. And my hope, my ask, my prayer is that we get to see that more dynamically. It's hard to see. I'm not going to lie to you. In the Maya, the illusion, the distortion, we're moving too fast. It's hard to see it. One of my prayers and contemplations is, let me see through the eyes of the divine, myself and humanity. Okay. Don't see through the eyes of the illusion, through the complexity, through the Maya. Learn to see through the eyes of the divine. And we got to slow down to do that. Can I get an amen up in here? All right, let's see, we got 3 more minutes. That's a multitude in the quantum. Who else wants to share? My third eye's buzzing and flipping like crazy. Okay, well, we can stare at each other for the last 2 minutes and just hold the codes if you want. I'm not going until it says 10 o'clock, okay? Thank you all for being here. Take care of yourselves after this. Drink a lot of water, okay? It moves energy. Who's breathing? Are they coming on to talk? No?
Oh, that was me. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Premature unmute.
I didn't mean to breathe.
I didn't mean to breathe. Sorry.
Yeah, breathe, drink water, ground. This is really quantum woo-woo Jedi level work. Beth, welcome to the Outliers. It's not all this woo, although I'm glad we found each other. Like, it sounds like you are like this level of woo with me too.
Oh, I'm so woo.
It's not woo. It's just the part. It's the stuff that people are afraid of because it's truth.
It's woo, W-U-W. It's the ancient intelligence that runs through each one of us. What a privilege and pleasure to remember here together today and to create such potency in our own stories around. Like, get inspired. This might have been a crazy bullshit experience. What if it's true though? Ask yourself that and then get to track, right? What if it's true? I get to tap in and create from this level of clarity and soul wisdom. Then what? Because you get to decide. I mean, ultimately, we're all God, goddess incarnate here. We have free will and get to choose.
I know it's true. I can tell you 1,000%. I've been witnessing it for 8 months. I can tell you.
Yeah, and it's the call to all of us right now is to wake up and recognize our potential and to really, like, no more excuses in terms of how we create it. And as we create it, we make way for others to create it too. All right, so go be big and amazing, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you,
Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you all.
Beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Yeah. I love this. This is what I geek out on, guys. All right, bye.
Bye.